Merry Christmas. It is Christmas time. It's Christmas Eve, everybody. We are getting into it today. We're going to go over some charts. We're seeing a little bit of pumpage. And what did we say yesterday? What was the thumbnail of yesterday's stream? The thumbnail of yesterday's stream was breakout loading. And look at what's going on today, friends and family. Golly, I'm so hyped to get into these charts. Let me go ahead and get this retweeted out over on Academy BitLab. I got a special giveaway we're going to do today if we hit a certain threshold, and you're going to love it. I know Tater's already getting one of these. The thing came in, so I get to show you what it is, everybody. But you know what? Hold on. Where is Kellam? I'm trying to pull up my page so I can retweet this on the Academy BitLab page. And here we go. Okay, there's that. So much to do to get the stream started. Holy malarkey. Where is it at? Boom, copy, paste. You know what we got to do? We got to get the pump jams going. It's time for the pump jams, everybody. I want to see everybody get active in chat. Happy Christmas, Merry Holiday, whatever you want to say. Happy New Year coming up. Hope you're with friends and family, but we are all family together. So let's talk about this pumpage right now.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin to flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish out there. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards. When it comes to gas, our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We are hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
we are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me
quality.
nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
I think it's time to jump in, guys, gals, friends, countrymen. It is holiday greetings from me to you, all the family here. Let's dive into this. We got some breakouts going on. We talked about the setup yesterday, looking for that upside, and we are here to do this together on Christmas Eve. So everybody get involved. Let's go. Happy, merry, whatever it is, Christmas Eve to all of you. We're getting that breakout to the upside. Look at this. We talked about this falling broadening wedge right in here. Falling broadening wedge. And what do we see? Price action breaking out to the upside. Does this mean it's up only from here? We still need to be a little bit cautious. This could just be a little bit of low liquidity pump in the market, but we're kind of seeing it across the board. Here's Bitcoin. Here's Ethereum. Here's XRP. Look at this, kind of getting this little pop up above this trend line as well as this trend line. We see Avalanche also. All these with basically, we know these as Adam and Eve patterns, which essentially is what this pattern is right here. You see this Adam and Eve is what that is called. There you go. We see this on Avalanche. We see this on Ethereum. See this? Boom. We see this on Kronos. We see this on Cardano. We see this on, it's across the board. And I do think that these setups are starting to play out how we all want to see. And we're seeing some green in our portfolios today after a bunch of red. So, but what is that? We had a bunch of red. We needed some green because that's what the holiday Christmas colors are, red and green, right? So let's get into it. How's everybody doing? How you doing? We do have a giveaway we're doing today. If we get, let's do retweets on today's post. And it is, where's it at actually? Let me pull it up on my deal here. Let's see how many retweets we can get on this post right here. Hit the retweet, hit the like button. And if we get 5 super chats or more, we will be giving away, this is something right here. I made about 3 weeks ago. I thought it'd come here quicker. I made this, let me pull it up bigger. I made this Bitcoin t-shirt. Check this out. I can't really see. Check that out. Can you see that? It says, proud to be cash poor. For the people, by the people. And you got Bitcoin with the American flag and a bunch of other world flags on there as well. And then on the back, it says stack like your life depends on, like your future depends on it. And then there's, if you can't tell, that's the, it's actually a graph that I put in the back here behind the text. That's a graph of the debt in the US showing it going up. So we will be giving one of those away. We just need 5 super chats or more. And if you want to participate, we're going to be drawing from those of you that come over here on the Kelly Kellam page or at Academy BitLab. Hit the retweet, hit the like button. That's what we're going to be giving away. And Tater, you get one because this is that thing I said you're going to get because you'd already gotten Arculus and you gotten the other stuff. So there you go. I unfortunately only have 2 sizes, extra large and large. So just note that. But let's get into it. We got to talk about what's going on in this market because this is feeling so good. Waking up, seeing some green in the market. You see Bitcoin over 98,000, Ethereum up 34, almost $3,500. XRP around 232, BNB almost just under $700. Solana back near $200. Dogecoin up about 33 cents, pushing up to 34. And Dogecoin, if this thing goes, it's going to be a great signal for the risk markets as well, especially the rest of the altcoin market and meme coins, I think. Cardano right under $1. I mean, we're seeing some nice movement in the charts, everybody. This is feeling good on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. I wonder if this is going to push up all the way through the new year because we still need to hesitate or be cautious about a little bit of tax harvesting that could come up. Lots of liquidity opening up at 93,000, says Bill Brower. Well, we got to look at that. So let's go through some of the things that we're looking at. First things first, I wanted to talk about this right here. Price of Bitcoin on Christmas Eve. 2010, it was 25 cents. I'm sure people thought it was too high. 2011, $4. I'm sure people thought it was too high. What do we got? 2012, it was $13. I'm sure people thought it was too high. We do got, look at that super chat from Tater. Shout out to you, girl. Super chat from Falco. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to everybody that's here with us on this holiday together. We are a family. But then we see 651, 330, 453. Oh my God, it's high. I'm not going to buy Bitcoin at $899. And then look at the next one, 13,600. And then it crashed. It's over. It's dead. It's done. I'm not going to buy it. This is too high. It's never going to go up again. 7,000. Oh, it's 23,000. 51,000. Oh, it's dead. It's 16,000. 43,000 last year. And where are we at today? Looking at the price, coming back over to good old Billy Bitcoin right here. 98,000, over $98,000. And only recently, just recently, we had a price action all the way up here above $108,000. When you understand where this is going, you realize this price is not high. This price is high if you're going to sell if it drops a couple hundred or a few $1,000s. In that case, what the hell are you doing getting in this market? If you're excited about upside, huge upside, you have to be okay with these shakeouts that happen. I guarantee you somebody bought here, friend, family, stranger. Somebody told them, okay, they finally pulled the trigger. They bought. And at least, I guarantee at least one, it's probably hundreds, if not thousands, sold here. Only to have it come back up, buy again here, sell again. That's not how you do it in this market. We're looking long-term here. We're looking what's going on in this market because at the end of the day, when you realize that anything that is above the short-term holder cost basis, you guys remember when the price was really low? Especially back in September 22, I was talking right here. This is where the channel started. We were watching every time this price action was basically interacting with the short-term holder cost basis, because when prices below this, it is relatively a good time to buy. Once you've started a bull trend, excellent time to buy, excellent time to buy. And prices, all the way up where we're at now, we're actually quite spread from where that short-term holder cost basis is. Let's actually see exactly where it is. Short-term holder cost basis. This is the average price of every coin in circulation that is moved within the last 155 days. What's the price point at which it moved in the last 155 days? So this is ticking up quite high now, but it is still I mean, $85,000, $85,600. We still have, I mean, anything up here is still relatively pretty, almost overwhelmingly safe in the long term, because you can see here the green dotted line. If we zoom in on this, let's see if I can zoom in further. See, when we're under the green dotted line, bear market. When we're kind of chopping around it, it's kind of the accumulation phase. And then we get to the point where the short-term holder cost basis becomes support. And that is really when we're starting to get that bull market. Anytime we get back down to it, great buying opportunity, great buying opportunity, great buying opportunity, great buying opportunity, great buying. I mean, it's just rinse and repeat all the way up. And where we're sitting right now, we are sitting well above it. As you can see right here, we still have, even if we went down to this area, it would be ultimately very bullish. Shout out to Joey Crypto. Welcome to the family, BitLab Tech. And we got 5 gifted memberships from Miss Alexandra G herself, best moderator in the crypto biz out there. And we really appreciate you doing all the time codes on here over the last couple of years. I can't tell you how much it is a helping hand. We are under $100,000 still. So you do see, we can call it a holiday deal. We can call it whatever you want, but we still have this while we are under $100,000. That right there, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. We've got the full Discord with myself. There's John Dalton, Corduroy, a list of other people that are in there that are super active, sharing charts, chart requests, member streams. And if you want to upgrade when you use that link as well, by the way, it's 15 days free, then about 35% off for the life of your account. Even when this expires, you still get to hold that deal. But if you want to upgrade, there's also 120 different lessons in there, from on-chain data, candles, candle patterns, indicators, setting up charts, charting, portfolio, tokenomics. I mean, all of it, trading, all of it is in there. We have a full academy if you want to upgrade. And when you do upgrade, you get all the indicators as well. So let's continue on with what we want to go over today, because we are still sitting very bullish. The price action is feeling good, but we need to kind of see the forest for the trees. And we're also seeing the altcoins starting to make some moves in the market. What we're seeing here, this is the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10. This is the others chart. And what we're seeing here is this trend line from this point to this point, continued on. Look at where this broke out of, and look at this wick came down, sure, but the candle body is right on this previous resistance, now flipping to support. And then again, this candle opened and has just been bouncing up from here. This could be a very good sign. And we're seeing that in things like Ethereum breaking out of this symmetrical triangle, that not only is a symmetrical triangle, we also have this Adam and Eve pattern. What are you talking about, Kelly? I didn't know you were religious on a holiday, with supposed to be Jesus's birthday. You're talking about Adam and Eve. No, sir. I'm talking about Adam and Eve patterns. This is known as the Adam. This is known as the Eve, when you have the basically V shape and then the rounded bottom like this. This is what we're seeing across a lot of the alts right now. Very bullish pattern, essentially a breakdown reversal pattern to potentially kick off a bullish trend. Now, when you look at this, the way you measure that is you measure the distance, as you can see right here. You measure the distance from the neckline to the base of, in this case, if they're slightly different lengths, I would look to the base of the Eve. So what that means is when we come back over to Ethereum and we look at this, oops, move this up just a touch. We can kind of see where our neckline is there. It's a line that we've had drawn. I did not draw this for this pattern. It's a line that we've had drawn from this top, this kind of overshot, but basically this region, this bounce, 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 bounce kind of rejection here. So this is kind of the area. And look at this. Then we have an inverted head and shoulders here as well. There's quite a bit of different kind of wonky looking patterns that are all trying to suggest some bullishness. If this is able to break out, the target would be out of this back up here at 38.50. That would be a good kickstart to not only Ethereum, but a lot of the alt patterns as well. Oh, damn, Adam and Eve getting nasty. That's right. I want my ETH to pump my DeFi pool, says Veteran Crypto. I agree with you. Let me move my comment thing so I don't have to look across my screen. I'll put you right here. There we go. Now, because I'm on my home setup, I always have to move everything around when I'm here. Now, when we get back over to, where were we at? We already looked at that. So symmetrical triangles on these, what you do, I'm guessing it's probably going to look very similar. You measure from this point here to this point, and you project that as a breakout for what the target would be there. In that case, let's do option T. You know, you got your pattern, boom, and then you got your pattern, boom, just like that. And you measure this out, boom. Let's see where this goes. This actually goes a little bit, this goes a little bit higher up here, back to essentially to 4,000. So this is telling us that if this does really start to carry some volume and some buying pressure, that we're going to clear a couple key levels. This green line that we've had here for some time, which you can see was respected here, bounced and then lost. Bounced here, lost here, rejected here, came back up, bounced here. There's a lot of interaction with this line right here. So this means if this does push up, the target would cut through this known level, would also cut through this known level of this rejection and this bounce and this rejection. You see what I mean? So this, if we're able to clear these zones, then we have a real shot at potentially having a great kickstart into the year. Well, Pulse Digital, my guy, what's up? Will AVAX break out back above 50 before end of year? Well, let's look at AVAX. For those of you that don't know, Pulse is one of the co-hosts. Pulse and I co-host a lot of the shows over on the Mario Nawfal Crypto Daily Roundtable. Mario Nawfal Roundtable Crypto Daily. There you go. A lot of words there. But let's look at it. Avalanche. Okay, looking at this. This is where we wanted it to go, and we talked about this rejecting down, and that's exactly what it did. Now, when we come over here, let's go ahead and delete that. Let's delete that. We're just cleaning up the charts. This is a home session today, guys. We're not in the nice studio. I got no pants on, okay? I'm pantsless, but I got the sweater on, okay? And remember, if you guys go, we're giving away this shirt. Let me just re-emphasize. I made this shirt about 3 weeks ago. I made this whole deal and everything. Proud to be cash poor. For the people, by the people. The American flag is a Bitcoin symbol with a bunch of the world flags in there as well. And then we also got, that's basically right here. And then we got this says, stack like your future depends on it. And it's got the backdrop of that. That's obviously Benjamin Franklin's face. But this is a chart of America's debt problem up to over $30 trillion. I just put it in the background of that text. If you want to if you want to win that shirt, head over to the Kellam page or at Academy BitLab. I'll actually put it there in the live chat. If you're on Twitter, all you have to do is retweet it. If you're on YouTube, head over to that link. I just posted it in there. Hit this retweet, hit this like button. We will draw today, so long as we get 5 super chats. Where are we at right now? I don't even know. It says, okay, boom. Let's pull this up right here. Okay, we got we got 2 super chats already. I want to give it away today. It's Christmas Eve, baby. But let's get back. Avalanche. Let's go out a little bit more macro. You're talking about by end of year. So this is what we're looking at right here. We have this massive downtrend right here. This basically rounding bottom came up right into this rejection. Found basically higher low, pinched into this, broke out, fake out to the downside, launch. We've been talking about these fake outs and these patterns for the last 3 months, and we've been seeing them all over the place. Now, in this case, we see the price action. This looks very messy because we're on the 3-day. If we go out to the 8-hour, it'll be a bit more clear. You see, this is what we're watching. Support, 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 support. And interestingly, look, if you were to extend this out, look at where that bounced. It's as if trend lines matter. So yes, we had a little bit of a wick washout, but we found support here. We had basically this falling channel that we're now back within, but look at what we're contending with. Now this blue box that we've had drawn on here for months, which is this zone here, this rejection, 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 support, rejection, chop zone right inside here, support, rejection. So we're kind of coming into, I don't want to say make it or break it, but if we were expecting to break back above 50 by end of year, this needs to get some legs on it, push up into this zone. We also are contending with what? What do you see right here? These 2 lines, the golden pocket, golden fib, 0.618, 0.65. This area pushing up through this 42.30 area and pushing up into this 47 area. This is going to be the interesting zone, as if Avalanche pushes into the zone. If it does reject, fine. But does it come back and find support somewhere in this blue box and then push up and then make its way? We got to pay attention. Let's leave that there because I do think that's something on how it could play out. Now, why? Why did I draw it like that? Because if you were to extend this out, look at where this line is if you extend it out. So that would be not only the golden pocket of this move, of this larger move, all the way up here. See where we went up to 67, came all the way down. That's the fib, golden pocket. But we also have this descending trend line right here that intersects with it. This is telling me this is probably going to be a little bit of a roadblock. Doesn't mean we can't get through. Push up, reset a little bit, reset some of the strength, see where the buyers come in. We want them to come in here, and then you get to push up. Now, in addition to that, what do you also get if that happens? That would also be the formation of a little bit of a wonky inverted head and shoulders on this as well, which would also signal that further incentive signal that it's moving upward. 3 super chats. Shout out to everybody in here. I appreciate you all. Now, what else we got? We got Cardano still kind of, this is really kind of just flagging at the moment. But I do think, especially if ETH gets going, ETH might run for a second before these other alts, but that will signal the money to start coming into these altcoins. Okay, what we're seeing right now with Cardano is we got a bit, you could actually kind of call this a bull flag, but it has such a bearish looking top up here. I don't really want to do that. Let's just look at this as its own pattern. This is a falling channel. We got the rejection bounce, kind of riding the rejection bounce. This does not want to stay down here long. You see how the bulls are keeping up on this upper level of resistance longer than when it does visit the bottom side. It's like, okay, let's flush out the bulls. Let's flush out the bulls. That's what we're seeing here. We want this, if we are expecting Cardano to push up, to break through this 95, 96 cent zone. There we go. And it's just early. My brain's not working. Pushing up, this is what we're watching. We're watching the $5 level, because this is not only going to be kind of that dollar mark that we're looking at, but also all of these lows, all right here, this rejection here, all, if we kind of extend this out, let me go like this. There we go. We want to, when this pushes up, potential rejection, maybe a bounce and then continuation, or we just get the rocket ship fueled and this pushes out of this and we come back and find support on it. That could be okay too. But across the board, we are seeing bullishness trying to emerge after all these sort of kind of like bearish sort of signals that we're trying to set up. In this case, ONDO does want to look good, but if you look at this objectively, this looks like it's trying to make a big head and shoulders here. So we need to pay attention here that when this pushes up, we want this to get up. At minimum, kind of like a double top area. So we don't really have a right shoulder. We really want to clear this level here, which is, let's go ahead and delete this ugly mark. That would be about, we want to break through about 212, 214 on ONDO for, hope for a continuation. But what do we see? Down to the BitLab trading stack. We have negative money flow, but the VWAP angled sharply up. The stochastic orange line here, kind of double bottomed, angled sharply up. The RSI kind of double bottomed here. It's trying to fight to get above this level right here, which is roughly that 50% mark. This is about 54%, 55%. We want this to really clear out of this, make some way, maybe find support and continue up. But we're looking for this. You can barely see it, but under here, see the momentum wave that's under the negative money flow, that we want to see this round out and continue the upside. But what does it look like on the smaller time frame? Okay, smaller time frame shows that's kind of the intention here, except we're getting a little pause right here. You see how this is starting to round back out. So the setup is there for a potential bullish push. With a somewhat larger time frame showing some bearishness, ONDO's it's looking like it's trying to just trick people, to tell you the truth. That's what it looks like to me. But coming over here to link Adam and Eve. So what does this mean? Adam and Eve, measure here, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, right? Here we go, boom. Measure that out. Target up here is, if we put a line there, option H, what does that go? It goes through all of this chop right up in the zone, which is at 20. It's basically trying to slice through these known zones that we've had marked out, the 25 level, the 26 level, and then also right up into this zone. The question is going to be, what's the path going to be to get there? Or is this a fake out to the upside bull trap and come to the downside? I do think we need to be a little careful right now, because as exciting as this is, as exciting as it is, we're on a somewhat low liquidity holiday. So not as many people, not as much liquidity is in the market. So it's kind of sometimes in moments like this where people take advantage of trying to move the market. Maybe whether or not they're trying to move the market, they try to take advantage of the low liquidity, because it's not as consistently shaped by all these algorithmic plays and the Wall Street and big money and ETFs. This is literally basically just just a retail and a lot of mom and pops and so on and so forth. Now, today is Christmas Eve. So the liquidity is still somewhat here right now. I do believe the traditional markets close about 1 p.m. today. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're trying to set up essentially a retail bullish push to create a trap to then close that gap and move it back down after the holiday, or if we actually build the momentum. So I'm saying, as exciting as this is, I'm not trying to pour water on your parade. This is good as a mother elfer, okay? It's holidays, so we can say mother elfer, right? Because we got a lot of elves in the house. But as it stands, when you look at this, the price action is really just kind of trading sideways with a pretty big move up, tried to be a big move down, but this came right into this box. You guys remember when the price was up here about 2 weeks ago? It was actually up here. And I said, I drew this box. I said, I'm really looking for this to come back to this box. And if this loses, we're coming down into this box. And some people are like, no way. And this came down about two and a half days later, boom, tapped right in this box, rejected, and then came right down. I mean, look at this, perfectly flushed out this box that we've drawn out for everybody. Now this move to the downside and this subsequent move to the upside, where does it leave the alts? Well, let's look at the dominance. If Bitcoin starts running away, I expect dominance to make a brief sort of rally to the upside. And the reason why that's important, because if the dominance is rallying, that's just all it means. It's a signal that Bitcoin's growing. There's more liquidity coming into Bitcoin faster than it is into the alts. So if this is moving up, then alts might be moving up, but they might not be moving up as fast as Bitcoin. You might have some, kind of popcorn throughout your portfolio that are doing well, but we want to watch this because on the macro, when we look at the dominance, this is actually very good because we had this large trend line moving to the upside all the way since, you could argue here, June 2023, but really all the way since the bottom back here, November 2022. But what I'm seeing here is the fact that this trend line, was lost, of course. And this basically breakdown, a confirmed breakdown coming back up into the zone. And this, again, this line is a bit arbitrary. So, you could draw it however the hell you want to do it, but it's kind of, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. And look, breakdown, come up, confirm the breakdown. If this does not push back up above this, this is a very good story for alts in the near future. That's why I say alt season. If this is falling, that means your alts are rallying. But what does the USDT.D, what's the USDT. There we go. This is what we want to see also. We want to see the USDT Tether dominance falling as well. Because if Tether's dominance is falling, remember when we are seeing some rocket ships very recently on some of your alts were flying? And then in the last week or two, we've had the dip in alts. Look at this. When this was going up, this is money coming out of the crypto market. People are selling their AVAX or Cardano, their, Link, ONDO, Bitcoin, and they're selling it to stablecoin, using that, keeping it in crypto as a stablecoin for dry powder to redeploy later. That's what you're seeing here. The buying of crypto, the selling of crypto. That's essentially a sort of basic way and crude way to look at this. We want to see this break down, come to this level, this 3.7%. We want to see this fall further so we can see that damn green candlestick just shoot all the way through the earth to North Pole and beyond, all the way to Moon and Mars. Shout out to everybody that's in the house. Mark with the super chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got the 5, 6. We got 6 super chats. We're definitely giving away a shirt. Hell, man, if we get, how about this? If we get 12 super chats, I'll give away 2 shirts. Big love to everybody. Can you check TEMA? It crossed all-time high. I don't even know what TEMA is. Let's look at TEMA. We got the fam in the house. Why not do some fam jam time? TEMA. What is TEMA? I don't know what TEMA is. But crossed all-time high. Yeah, this is a new chart, so there's no TA to do on it. I could do it on a 2-hour. This is... If the market starts ripping with this like this, I think this could continue to go up. But with something like this, I'm always wary of, some sort of big washout before the continuation of the move. So I would be a little bit hesitant. I don't want to say hesitant. I'd be very careful with a chart that is this young, because this, this only goes back to the beginning of the month. But what else we got? We got XRP breaking out as well. But what does it mean? Why do I have 2 lines here? I drew 2 lines here because I saw this line, this rejection. It's kind of ugly, but rejection, where this was right here, and then the breakout. And then we have this other trend line from this top to this top, and we kind of cleared this gap. If we can hold above this, it's technically kind of forming a little bit of a bull flag. If this can continue up, then the target on this will be the same level. Take that measurement, move it up. That would, that would take us basically relatively, look at where that is. Right where this bounced, right where this bounced, right where this rejected, right where this, kind of chopping in this zone. So this would be the target out of that. That seems like a pretty reasonable target. If this does start getting some legs, I'll be watching for a move to about 238, potential sort of selling pressure, and then into basically the 240 region. If the market does, if this is a little bit of a bull trap, pay attention to this. Some coins will act differently, but if that's the case, I can see this basically coming back down here to 229 and coming back to test this level down here, basically low 220s. Nasty, more like extra spicy. Near, let's do near. Let's see. And shout out to everybody doing the Super Chats. Museum of Corruption. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Kelly, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Thank you, everybody. Bill Brower, Merry Christmas. Can you take a look at near? Absolutely. Mark, thank you. We looked at TEMA. Joey, new member. Falco, just money. Big love to you, my brother. Pumping that holiday cheer. 2 Super Chats. Nicole, Menace Tater, the Tater Queen. And then, of course, the 5 Super Chats from Alexandra G. Big love to you. Let's look at near because, man, I'm so excited about when near starts to really start making its run. I think it's going to, because it falls in the DeFi category, but it also falls in the AI category, but it also falls in the DPIN category. So I do think it's going to do quite well. We called this perfectly with the breakdown. It came right down into the line that we've had here for quite some time. From this zone right over here, bounce, 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 rejection, bounce, bounce. And this, look at this, bounce right here and created an order block. Why is this important? Because when you see a wick like this and an order block comes in the wick, meaning that, see this green block? I did not put that there. The BitLab Trading Stack, which you can get with that link right over there, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. We're still under $100,000. It's still holidays. You can use that deal while you can. But when you see this wick come down and this BitLab volume, which is part of the BitLab trading stack, the green box here, this is an order block. All this is saying is in the order books for this asset, in this price zone, a huge amount of orders got thrown into the exchange, like buy orders, could be sell orders, but a lot of liquidity was exchanged right in this price area. Now, why do we know it was mostly buys? Because the price went up. If it was dominated by sells, this would have broken through. So this ends up becoming a support zone. Even though this was just a wick, this was very heavily defended because there's an order block here. Now, and then look at this, comes down and bounces right on top of the order block, pushes up. We've got a nice little Adam and Eve going on here. Boom, 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 right? Just like we saw on Ethereum. So what do? We take the measurement from the neckline to the base of the Eve. And look at where that goes. The breakout of this will go basically right back to the zone that it broke down from, which is also an order block zone. So we have an order block zone right here. This first attempt, they tried to go up. Somebody didn't want it to go. How do I know that? Because with this wick created an order block that was above the price. That's why you get red order block. That's why it turns red or green, because this is below the price. This is above the price. A lot, and this is dominated by selling. Why do we know that? Because the price came back down into this. So now the fact that we're pushing back up into this, those buyers are getting exhausted. Sorry, the sellers are getting exhausted, and the buyers, if they can clear this, I do think we could probably get a pretty big move once we clear 578. I think we can get a pretty quick move up here into this, basically the mid 6s. So let's pay attention to that. If this rejects, then we're watching this potentially come back into this 518 or below. But I'm leaning more bullish, everybody. I'm feeling good. You're looking good. We're vibing good. The market is doing what it needs to do. HBAR is also, look at this, very similar to what I'm going to show you on Algorand. Giant bull flag, or I mean, I wouldn't even call this a bull flag. I mean, I guess you could. This just gets quite long. This actually ended up being a falling wedge here. And look at this breakout, and look at these multiple order blocks. That's why these are getting so colorful. You see how there's this order block here, and then this one here that goes from here to here. That's why you're seeing the overlap. This is pushing right up into this zone where there was a lot of liquidity interest of defending that area. So we want to see when this pushes up in here, we'll likely have some trouble with HBAR. So let's pay attention here. If this does push up into here and comes back to basically the zone where it's at, 32 cents, look, there's a top here. There's a chop here. There's tops here. So that wouldn't be out of context. Let's let the market do the work. Algorand, similar, almost looks just like HBAR, but it hasn't had the full move yet. We have this falling wedge here with the deviation. Now, boom, really tried to wash out where? Right into the previous chop zone. If you're wondering where to put limit order buys, so you're not always sitting at the computer and you always miss the buys, look at the chart. Even when it's up here, go, man, if this corrects, it likely will correct to this zone here. That's what prices do. When something corrects, excuse me, from a level, as crazy as it feels, because sometimes we're looking at the price movement from, God, I got the hiccups for some reason. We see it from 30 all the way to 60. It's not going back to 30. That's your damn bias. Turn off your mother Elkin bias, okay? Price tends to revisit previous range tops that it just came from. And this is what we saw. Boom, came up here. It didn't quite get there. Came back up. And boom, we got the washout right into this zone. It actually went a little bit below that. So this was a great roadmap target for this to hit. And then look, buyers knew it because a huge amount of buyers came in. That's why we have the order block. Pushed up, rejected. Now we're trying to push up, and then a huge amount of orders. They're like, you know what? Screw it. We're tired of it going lower. Let's push this up. Big order block here. And now we broke through this zone, and we broke through this trend line right here too, where we had the rejections, boom. We're really watching on this. Look at where the price is, right where all of this chop is. If Algorand can break free of this point of control, about 43 cents, I think the next move is going to be up here into the 50s and then hopefully off and away. But there's still work to be done. As exciting as it is, there's work to be done. Let's look at my favorite coin in the ecosystem. Let's look at my favorite coin in the ecosystem. Dog to the moon. Dog on Bitcoin. Let's look at it. Let's look on the weekly. Okay, this is the chart. This is just an artifact since this is a brand new chart. This is a chart right here. Boom. Nice rounding. Got a bit, almost a cup and handle, but this does suggest it could come back a little lower. But let's look at it on the 4-hour. Double click here and just realize what's going on here. Look at this triple top. It was telling you, okay, they're trying to get it above, not letting it happen, and broke down. But where did it break down to? First off, dog on Bitcoin, which you can buy on XC. You can get, if you have an X first wallet, you can have Bitcoin and swap it, in the way you do with runes for dog. But this also, remember, this says every coin out. There's no emissions. There's no extra supply. There's no, KOLs. There's nobody paid talking about this. People just like it. Dan Gambardello, Mark Yusko, Altcoin Daily, Murad, Mustap Murad, the huge meme coin guy. Everybody's talking about this because this is, I think, and Matthew Hyland put it on my radar. I do think this might be one of those stories of 2025 because this is on the Bitcoin ecosystem. $2 trillion worth of liquidity that's not tapped basically at all by any of the meme or fun culture aspect that you see in the rest of the market. And this has every token out, released, free, fair launch. And it's got like almost 100,000 holders. And look at this. This has just been holding up beautifully. Even on the sell-off, this held up better than Pepe and Whiff and Dog with Hat and all those other coins, that all those other memes held up way better. I do think that if this does drop, for me, I'll probably stack a bit more into this, but this is really bouncing on this shelf back here from October. I think anywhere here and below would be an excellent opportunity. But I mean, when this goes, I can't even do TA on it because when this goes, the target I have out of this is up here, right here, which is not a small movement. That is basically 150% move. And that is based on the fib extensions right in here. Oops. Yeah. That's not it. It was on, right here. This is what it was. Option F. It's been a while since I did this chart. Yeah. So I kind of short ran a little bit of where this 3.618 is. But in addition to that, if you take the measurement on this zone right here and you see where that goes to, boom. So you have a target on this bull flag here that failed. So this is not really a super relevant target anymore, but I think it's going to be a very doable target. I think, in fact, I'm not even going to show you where I think it's going to go. I'm not even going to show you where I think it's going to go because it's something, if you're a believer, if you like the doggies, you'll get in on the dog hype. How many people in here are dog holders? I'm curious. Hey, Kelly, when hick, it's because someone is thinking of you with no pants under the table. You want, I can't even read what that says. Um, I don't, I don't know what that says. I thought I had water here. But I don't have pants on. No pants. Happy holidays, Mr. Crypto Danky. Got Chris Fath in here as well. What else we gonna look at? Let's look at uh, Adam. I almost said Cardano. Adam from Cosmos. That's what I was trying to say. Look at this. We were talking here about the potential move down and a launch. It's not what happened. It did move down, but it's a little more delayed. We're getting the bounce to the downside. Great. This is what we've seen across the crypto market. We've seen a little bit of that sell-off, and so it's not a huge out of context move. But look again, what do we see? The Adam and Eve pattern. Now, what we're going to want to watch here on the Eve here is when this does push up, we've got this zone directly above us, 755 that we're watching. The next zone is going to be right up here that we have marked out, this line that comes across, which is about 791. And then essentially this is going to be the most important area, basically the $8.90 to $9 range, because this is kind of the highs here and kind of the lows here. So, and we have an order block as well. So this is going to be the zone that's really going to kind of just be a little bit of a hurdle unless we slice right through it. But we're sitting right here. We're getting some positive movement, but this does have some work to do. It has a trend line that has not yet broken out like some of the other altcoins. We haven't looked at Maker in a while. Look at that. Also, we're on the bigger time frames, but look at this. We got the Adam and Eve, but this is way below the neckline, which would basically be about right here. If this can make its way up into this zone, that would be about 1721. The next level up that we're really watching, and look at where this is. This is also going to be contending with these lows and these highs. This neckline is. See what I mean? These lows, these highs, neckline, boom. If we clear that, I think we're going to go pretty quickly up here to about 1830. Chop around in here a bit and then continue up if we can do that. Stacks, Adam and Eve, like everything's waiting on the same risk narrative right now. Adam and Eve, this still has some work to do. And look, the order block is the neckline on this. So we need to clear from where we're at here, another 4 or 5% move up into the zone, figure out what happens if the bulls come in, because we have some work to do here before we can get up to this next target at about $2. What else? We're going to look at two more and then I got to roll. Fetch, ASI. So look at this. So we got rejection, rejection, rejection. Look, we broke out, but we wrote it. Now rejection. Look at this. We're basically kind of slicing through it, but this currently could still be a bit of a deviation until we get a couple candle closures, because this is a very small time frame, 2 hour. See how it's on the 4 hour, we only have one. If we look at the 8 hour, we only have one that's closed. Nothing else has happened. If we go on the daily, you notice all it is kind of a wick. So we don't have authority on this breakout yet on Fetch, but we do have that bullish Adam and Eve pattern. And if we were to measure that, option T down to the, get some head there, boom. And look at that, comes right up into this next order block. But realize this doesn't mean it's going straight there. This means that if this is able to work its way up, it may go up, come down, bounce on this whole area, reconfirming this breakout, previous resistance, now support. But when we start moving up this area, where I think we'll likely get a little bit of a bang our head on the ceiling here. And if we can slice through this, then the target we're really looking at is up here back at $1.65. Injective. Look at this. Adam, Eve. We got the neckline basically about right here. We can move it up just a touch. Look, it's trying. Once this clears this out, the next level up immediately is going to be 24.77, which is this next tiny little range high right in here, which is also, look at that. Bounce, rejection. So this is going to be the next level we're watching, 24.98. If we can take that out, then we're looking up into this zone, basically about $26.90, $27. But yeah, guys, I'm feeling good about this market. Moonwell. Ooh, look at this. Adam, Eve. Let's wash these over bullish people out and come right back up. You see that? This is why, as much as you know patterns, as much as you know trading, as much as you know indicators, maybe you watch BitLab Academy all the time, maybe you watch Frankie Candles. When you're in there trading with your own money and you see like this, oh, this is setup, and then you go leverage and then boom, this flushes you out. Either liquidates you because you're too high leverage, or it comes down here and you exit at a big loss when the price just comes right back up into it anyway. This is getting the tourists out of the market. Don't be a tourist. Yeah. But if this can clear up into the zone, the 7 cents, I would say, we're looking at basically 7.3 cents. And then we're really kind of probably be making some moves up into the 8.4s on that. So let's look at Solana coming up right near the neckline. But this is what we're going to be watching, 205, 211. And this is going to be interesting because you see this trend line right here. This zone right here, right in this zone is going to be interesting. 211 to 217. This zone is going to be interesting if the price continues kind of on this trajectory. This is going to be the interesting zone. It might offer a little bit of a headache because we have an order block and a descending level of resistance. And then look where the point of control is right above that. So it might even come up here, get rejected, come back. We need to let the things develop on the chart. But we got to give away some stuff. We're giving away this shirt. Do we get, what do we say? Do we say 12? How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you know what? Sawtooth Hiker gave $50. We're definitely giving away 2. This is what we're giving away. I made this shirt about 2 weeks ago. It just came in. I don't know if you can see it clearly. I don't know where the camera is. Proud to be cash poor. That's right. Why? Because we're holding Bitcoin for the people, by the people. And then, of course, this on the back, it says stack like your future depends on it, because it does. And that graphic that's behind, that's basically filling in the letters, that is the graph of the debt that the U.S. has accrued, over $30 trillion in debt. And I just have it backlayed, so you can't really see it, but it's just, I might put them up for somewhere, for people to buy. This was kind of the proof. I made it on Photoshop and then sent it to a photo thing, a shirt printer. So I wanted to make sure it looked good before I released them. They look great. So I have 2 shirts. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do the giveaway. And the way we're drawing the giveaway, I need 2 numbers. Sawtooth Hiker, give me a number. And Tater, give me a number. And we're going to be drawing from the live, basically this right here. We draw from the people that support, right? Head over here, hit the retweet, hit the like button. And we're going to pick random people from those people that are participating. Let's see. 214, boom. You guys are on it. 2 and 14. All right. Do it. 1, 2, Falco, you get a shirt, baby. Falco, you get a shirt. Falco, you get a shirt. And you are so active in there all the time. So big love to you. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sack Nasty 86, always in the house. You get one too. So that means Tater's getting one from a previous contest. Falco and Sack Nasty 86. I only have 2 sizes, so you're gonna have to let me know if I need to have it. I mean, I guess I could just order more shirts for myself. I won't have any for myself, but that's okay. Big love to each and every one of you. Thank you all for this wonderful year. I'm gonna try and do who's willing to hop in tomorrow if I do it like a quick live stream. I don't want to do it at 11. I'd probably do it like 9:30 or something like that, 9 or 10 a.m. But yeah, if you guys are willing, I can hop in and do a little bit of a live stream. Shout out to everybody that's here. I mean, I really do love every single one of you guys. The markets, guys, remember when we're looking at everything in the markets, let me just remind yourself where we're at. Cycle bottoms. We all like good bottoms. Cycle bottom right here. Look at where we're at. We're exactly where we should be, and up. The best part of the up of this cycle, the most explosive part, is coming. We can see this also in the halving progress. Where we're at, this is what's coming. Where we're at, this was, mind you, I do think this was a little short-lived. I think this was a little manipulated, but the best part comes after exactly where we're at right now. It's no more waiting for another 2.5 years. No, the top was not in. Even if we move down to $77,000 in the next 3 weeks or month, I still think that I still think we're going to be hitting some of those incredible targets that we've been talking about. So keep your head down, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Thank you all for being so active here in the community and in the BitLab. And for those of you that do want to learn how to read these charts and how to use the indicators that we utilize and, basically, helping with where your signals are for what's happening in the market and getting involved in the Discord and getting involved in the member streams. If you guys do want to participate in that and maybe you're new, maybe you just want to sharpen it up, right there. The link is right there on that side, the bottom of the screen, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. If you want to trade with us, we got the free traders group. It is in the description right down below, right here. Boom. We see join our free traders group right here. All you have to do is sign up for CoinW. You get a bonus when you sign up. When you deposit USDT, you get a bonus. I think it's up to $30,000 in bonuses. It depends on how much you're putting in there. It's your money that you get to trade, so but we, all kinds of stuff in there. And then, of course, NordVPN. Head over to nordvpn.com/BitLab if you want 4 months free VPN. There's more and more hacking going on out there, identity theft, so much stuff. It's like $3 a month or something, but you get 4 months free. nordvpn.com/BitLab. And then, of course, head over to getarculus.com. Protect your crypto, protect your future. The best crypto cold storage solution out there. Thank you for being one of our channel partners here at Arculus. And again, we took them on because we thought they were the best. So we pursued them on that because it really is, I think, the best crypto cold storage wallet. That's why I give them away every week here on the show. But yeah, getarculus.com. Use code BitLab20 for 20% off. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I really do. Remember, we're all in this together. Happy holidays to you and your family. Take some time for gratitude. Take some time to have gratitude for yourself. Think about the things you did do right this year. Think about the things that you could do better, but don't beat yourself up. Be like, okay, I see where I messed up. What can I do to adjust that? How can I give more love to the people in my life? But then when you think that, don't just give love in your love language. Do that, fine. But if you really want your love to land with people, ask, what is their love language? What do they need? What can I do that will spark their fire? Far too many of us are far too selfish with how we love, and we wonder why it's not being received because we're not speaking their language. And I hope I can speak y'all's language as much as possible. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Giving you all a big hug and a kiss. But that's all I got today. I don't know if Blockchain Basement is live today. Are they live today? Anybody know? I can look right here really quick, and because if they are, I'll send you over to them. I don't know if it's a little early. Customize, redirect. They are not live, so it's just us today, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you. That's all I got. lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. Take advantage of it while you can. It's also one of the best ways you can help support this channel. It's a lot of things that go on the back end. We had a really hard year with some of the shakeups from, some of the stuff that happened with the Wild Man that's no longer with Discover that basically completely reset our business. Then we had the credit card processing basically cancel, or we had to rebuild it twice this year. I rebuilt everything from scratch. So if I've seen a little distracted and not fully attentive and posting all the time in the Discord, that's why. But we've gotten most of those things sort of shaped up now, and coming into the beginning of this year, there's gonna be a lot more activity, and we got a couple initiatives and all kind of stuff going on there. And this is the best way you can help support the channel. If not, then it's like $1.25 a week. You can become a member of BitLab YouTube, and that really, really does help. And you get access to the member streams that we do as well. All you have to do to get to join there is you come down right here under the description. It's right here. Join to become a member of the BitLab. Boom. Click on that link right there. And I will post that link right now in the live chat. I would love to see a couple more members join the family. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Yeah. So I'll be getting those shirts out to you guys. Sack Nasty, Falco, send me your addresses. We'll take care of you. But that's all I got. Dank's going live soon. I'll send some people over to Dank's if he's live. If he's already set up. If he's not prepared and not set up, boy, get your shit prepared, son. Let's see. Crypto. There's nothing set up, man. You sucker. Sacre bleu. I can't redirect. But I love you guys. That's all I got today. I'll see you later. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Adios. And I cannot believe, guys, cannot believe. I need to give some special shout outs. Sawtooth Hiker, $50 super chat. Seriously, big love to you. Crypto Danks with the gift of membership. Why is this not showing me this? Let me zoom out here. BitLab, 4 months. Mark with the $4 super chat. Bill Brower, Museum of Corruption, $10 super chat. Falco with the $5 super chat. Joey Crypto, new member. Falco, $5 super chat. Tater with the $2 super chat. Alexandra G with the 5 gift of memberships. Big love to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you guys more than you know. But we'll see if I've delayed long enough for Danky Danks. If he has his ready, I can send you over. Danks. Not ready. All right. I'll keep looking. Adios, everybody. Thank you again for being part of the family. Merry Christmas. We can head over to Danky's if it's up. Still don't see it. Come on, dude. Have your shit prepared.